It's really the only way I can determine that that tree isn't me, is that I can see it on the outside of me.
Eckhart Tolle shortcut.
When Eckhart was in his lowest state, he was contemplating ending his life. But he became aware of the voices in his head. I can't live with myself. Which is me? I or myself? And then he stepped back a little bit further. He was neither of those. That day he realized that he, in his essence, was actually the thing that never changes, watching the changing moods, completely peaceful. He no longer identified with this storyline of I that has somehow concluded that life sucks, I don't like myself, and oh, everything's horrible. He realized that every moment was fresh and brand new. Most of his thoughts stopped. They were no longer needed. The thoughts that were necessary to take care of everything that needs to be done in a day, that only accounted for just a small fraction of the amount of thoughts that were going on in his head. He has one main intention, and that's to coax us into the present moment. So every single sentence, every word is designed to help us move into the present moment. We are in the present. This is another way of finding us through the confusion of thought. We're the thing feeling the breeze. We're the thing hearing the dog in the background and the little birdies. We are all the sensations. And so when we bring ourselves more into the present, by accepting the present for exactly what it is, and not wanting it to be anything other than this, you know the extent to which you have come into the present by the level of bliss that you feel. Now, Eckhart had gotten to a state of being which he believed was just his natural state, where nothing could add to or take away from his continuous blissful feeling. So this thing that people were calling enlightenment or awakening or salvation, Eckhart realized that it had already happened to him. So heaven was no longer something that was separated from him. It was no longer something that he had to do something to get. Heaven wasn't something he had to earn. And it wasn't something that he had to wait until death to appreciate. Eckhart just enjoyed life. He could sit in parks for hours and hours just staring at the beauty that had always been there. He no longer identified with those negative thoughts. He knew that those were just passing things. A passing thing that comes and goes is not as real as the thing that is observing those passes. That thing is more real because it doesn't go. And that's actually you. As he was just sort of enjoying his life, he never intended to be a teacher because this thing that he had wasn't something that you could give or teach to somebody. You could maybe point it out inside of them, but it's something that's already there. It's nothing more than actually your true nature. This bliss is nothing fancy, nothing unusual. It's something you've felt many times. As children, we sort of naturally feel this blissful state. Walking makes me feel bliss, and so I walk. And I thought it was walking that was giving me this feeling. No, walking was just quieting my mind. So the quieter your mind, the more bliss you feel. Now, here's the thing is that people do all sorts of stuff to feel blissful, to feel good. People have hobbies, but then they have drugs, and sex, and driving fast, or all these thrills, skydiving. Some people put hooks through their back and hang themselves, because for them, when they get to that level of extreme pain, then suddenly the pain drops off and they feel their blissful nature underneath. You can take drugs and actually feel your blissful nature underneath. It isn't the drug that has made you feel this way. The drug has just quieted your mind. The drug has allowed you to feel your natural bliss. It seems like a bold or dangerous statement to say that when you're on drugs or you're drunk and you feel great and you feel blissful, that you are feeling God and your true nature. That's quite a bold statement. How could one say that you are feeling the goodness of God while drunk? That's because the alcohol just quieted your mind so you could feel your true nature with God, your true oneness. The thing is that we don't have to do drugs. We don't have to hang hooks to our backs, go to prostitutes. We don't have to gamble. We don't have to do these thrills because it is only our true nature underneath. And so the practice of quieting your thoughts doesn't require anything. Eckhart explains all these very simple ways of achieving this without having to do anything major or destructive on your life. It can be done at any moment. This practice can happen at any time, all through the day. Your eyes don't need to be closed. You don't need to be sitting in a perfect position. You don't even need to be comfortable. We are just going to try to recognize the present moment. So, if you are interested in trying to get into the present Eckhart Tolle's way, stick around. I'm going to do a meditation to bring some bliss into some activities that are just kind of annoying. We're going to practice on the easy stuff. And that way, when we face real challenges and real hardship in our life, we've practiced. We're better at it, so that we can navigate them better without losing our cool, staying blissful, staying in the zone. The zone's where you want to be.
The book.